What do we need to know about the moon in Pisces and the natal birth chart? If you have this placement, welcome. If you don't, you're still interested, welcome also. We're going to talk about what it means in this video. The very first thing is that if you have a moon in Pisces, the moon represents our emotions, our intuition, our inner, more reflective self. It is the divine feminine. It is about our subjective sense of reality. There's so much going on with the moon. The very first thing is that it may be very dreamy and out of touch with reality, maybe floating off and fantasizing up to another land, and fantasizing that over there, doing all kinds of things like that. Your intuition is spot on, point on, head on, remarkable. A very strong intuition gifts you with the power to really decide what's right for you in the moment. You're also very empathetic if you have this placement also. There's a empathy, there's an understanding of somebody's experience without necessarily experiencing it yourself. You're really feeling what they're experiencing. You're feeling what they're going through, what they're enjoying. People with the moon in Pisces placement have a lot of compassion and love in their hearts. They may lose themselves to the suffering of others. They may lose themselves in human suffering because they're touched by it in some way. And so they may get so absorbed into that, like a sponge absorbing that wetness that you can just squeeze out of them. And it is very easy for them with their gullibility to absorb all kinds of negative emotions and suffering and all those kind of things. Which is why that their lesson in this lifetime is to learn to create strong boundaries, which is very important for them to say no um, to this person or that person, to to draw the line in the sand, to protect yourself, to respect yourself, to love yourself ultimately. They may also be in touches with the nuances of human nature. Their humor is very receptive. They feel things and rely on their intuition to guide them. That's really, where they look to shining, where they have a very strong intuition. There may be moments of absent-mindedness with this placement. They need plenty of space and time to reflect, to escape, to daydream. Very important for them to have that space very strongly in the maker shiftings. So, they need the space to dream, to reflect, to go into meditative states and all those kind of things like that. It's very important for them to have that time where they're spending time alone, replenishing their energy, filling up their well. It's important to give them room to be alone with themselves. They need their alone time. Their style may not always be conventional or understandable, but it is valid nonetheless in terms of love and relationships. They may be soft-hearted and sweet individuals. They care about others and are touched by human suffering, as I talked about before. They discern between sincerity and manipulations. They're discerning between, is somebody trying to sort of selfishly get me to give them what they want, and the person's pestering the other person, or do they sincerely mean it without being manipulative? And so their acceptance of life, their surrender to life on life's terms is something that may be seen as a weakness to other people. So that's worth being careful with and about. Pisces moons carry all the other signs with it because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So it carries all the other signs with it. It has all the energies wrapped up inside it. They see themselves reflected in the behaviors of others. That's what they see. Um, is, their actions, what they do, what they discover, wrapped up in somebody else, which serves as a mirror to them. They know how things feel without the experience of actually going through them, as I talked about before. They have a very open heart and open mind. A really, really great thing about the moon in Pisces is they have this incredible ability to express themselves through words, communication, speaking, or writing, or music. They have a very, very strong sense of expressing themselves through those creative mediums. And so they're very sensitive people. They're very emotionally sensitive. They may have very sensitive personality. Their inner life is very emphasized. They're warm and friendly. Um, and so it's important for them to surround themselves with those that support them. Um, because, you need the support system. You need the people in your corner to serve you and do all those kind of things like that. So, surrounding yourself with those people are very, very strong recommendation for this placement. It may be hard to deal with their strong emotions, but they may have a lot of that. You can feel that others abandon you, or you feel that they aren't there for you when you need it. There's this feeling of insecurity when it comes to other people and how they nurture you. You may at times get out of touch with reality. You may be feeling like you don't belong in the world, like you're an outcast, or um, black sheep, sort of, the odd one out, feeling like you don't belong and feeling overwhelmed and sort of hurt by life in general. They are very receptive to others' needs, also, very open to that. They may give too much at times. They may lack assertiveness. They may have trouble standing up for themselves from time to time, which is very, very important for them to do. They may have a very, very strong awareness of others' needs. That's something very strong that comes in with this is being very aware of other people's needs. They're very adaptable. They're in tune with with their unconscious. They have a vivid imagination also. Lunar Pisceans are shy and self-conscious as children, so that's their personality. It may be very shy, uh, and very sensitive to other people. They may have this very, very strong anxiety, and also low self-confidence comes in with this as well. They may have an interest in spirituality or anything mystical, spiritual. Manipulation, they need to be careful of that. Escapism, they also need to be careful of that. Um, not escaping completely out of life, but coming back into life to not, completely escape from life because we live in the 3D reality. And, we live this life for a reason. That's what our soul signed up for. So that's what they need to remember and honor. Maybe your mother, because the moon represents the mother, maybe you perceived your mother as lacking assertiveness in her boundaries. It may have been hard for her to assert her boundaries. They can have very strong psychic abilities. Um, and it's hard to sort of communicate and let others know about your feelings, which is the stretch of being able to communicate your feelings in a healthy, expressive way, those that really care about you. So that is what I have on the moon in Pisces in the birth chart. Thank you for tuning into this video. Bye for now.